An epiphany of information has come to me through my crown. We all know that Jesus is the Son of God, the light, and Satan is Saturn, the god of the physical world, the last planet, or ball, Baal, in the sky that the sun's light reaches, the last chakra that deals with the physical realm. The planets are the archons, and are physical representatives of our chakras. We know the reptilians, the Anunnaki, the demons use the moon. The moon is a physical representation of our inner mood, our emotion/water, motion in the ocean. We should all know that the white light after death is the moon, and that is why it is magnetic, our emotions, our moods that flow through our chakras, and if you want to ascend you must go through Jesus, the sun, which is a portal of light, and he will take you past Saturn's rings if you are light enough. But what just came to me is astounding. The reptilians, disguised as our loved ones, manipulate us through our emotion, our mood after we die. They create this fake life review to make us feel guilty, using our mood, to get us to reincarnate. That's how the moon works. But if we didn't have the system set in place for us, the matrix, not only would we not have the basis for duality in itself, our reality, all the lost souls asleep like sheep, you are a sheep, winky face, that die every day would wander lost into the astrals and be devoured by either their own mind or other entities. Without this automatic reincarnation system in place, we wouldn't have the chance to gain ascension. All the young souls of all living beings that pass would be lost out there. We literally wouldn't be able to exist without it. They aren't evil. They can't ascend. They are necessary for our existence as we are to them. They feed off our energy like they were created to do. We require energy too, but we can feed off the sun, light, and love, which makes us, and is the truth to ascend and deal with Saturn's father, Uranus. Humans of light. This is priceless information.
I remember something from the Tibetan Book of the Dead, how the soul is attracted in a magnetic way for emotions too. It seems that the Asura use strong emotions to catch people into their realm.
Thank you for mentioning that. I want to find as much relevant literature as I can. The electric and magnetic polarities are masculine and feminine respectively.
Bhagavad Gita. Krishna states that one's thoughts at the time of death will decide your next incarnation. Because mind moves consciousness like a chariot. Very literally.
The moon reincarnation track might be plausible, but what substantiates its operation?
Well, the heavenly bodies in the sky, within our solar system, are the archons aka the gods, which is an acronym for generation, operation, dissolution, or generators, operators, dissolvers, or destroys, which really help me understand how it works. Our astrology chart and numerology, where we come from, the gods, and the simulation we are in, numerology are the cheat codes, because the simulation is ruled by symbols. Numbers are a symbol, same as letters. Numbers are the masculine polarity, quantity, and letters are the feminine polarity, quality. There's a reason there is no Windows 9 or iPhone 9 and that 666 adds up to 9. But anyway, our chakras are the planets. They are the cause of all generation, operation, and dissolution that exists. Saturn is the crown chakra, the seventh heavenly body, seventh letter in the alpha beta, the top G of the physical realm, the moon is the operation, along with the other heavenly bodies. BTW, that's why we have archons and archangels and Noah's Ark with the zodiac signs. An arch is a beginning and a curve, a line, and a circle, a 1 and a 0. The ultimate arch is the atom, aka atom. Arch, the atom / of the heavenly body, on, activated, operating, yes, and archangel same thing, an angel is the same as an angle, an arch. The zodiac or the Zodiac arch. In the Bible it says the beginning was the Word, and that we are born into sin, sine, for sine wave, which is a line and a circle, a 1 and a 0. Very important stuff. I could go on forever if I knew anyone that was interested. Forgive the typos. Sacred geometry is the portal to other dimensions, That's why there's coincidentally a hexagon, because we have been hexed into the simulation, on one of Saturn's poles, and the opposite one has an eye. And he coincidentally is the god of the physical realm, and you must ascend past Saturn's rings to leave this matrix. But just as we have higher chakras above our crown, that deal with higher expressions in the astrals, we will have other aspects of ourselves, other gods, other chakras to evolve with. They also use the rainbow flag with its inversion of the chakra color system with red at the top symbolizing that slow, dense, negative, and heavy energy they represent. Just had to add that. When you are writing, you are doing a rite. A ceremonial, spiritual act, a ritual. Spelling really is spelling, because in the beginning there was the word and we speak the English, Angelish, language which literally holds all the keys to every secret to the real God above Saturn. Her name is Source, a frequency, a union, the consciousness where our souls come from. You think drugs feel good? Our little feeble brains cannot imagine both the pain of Saturn's teeth gnashing at the flesh, and Source, the unity of consciousness with presence, love, the feeling of being the complete energy, vibrating at the frequency of Source. Trust me, evolving internally sufficiently to ascend this place externally, is worth it. I come back here now just to see if I can do it on extra hard mode and help other souls ascend at the same time. If you become an ascended master, you pretty much unlock God mode on Minecraft, tuning the various energies of the gods, the planets, your chakras, however you like when you incarnate, aka being whirled into the world, as the moon does to us. You can live any life you want, create any world you want, both in the astrals and here physically. I hope you that read this also listen and truly try to grasp what I'm sharing. Always great to chat with the boys about passions.
Keep spilling and on. I'm going to bed and I look forward to going through it with a more lucid mind in the morning.
We are part reptilian, with our reptile brain, our bodies. But we are also not part God. The reptilians can't create, they can only manipulate, trick, deceive, dissolve. So they must have created us. What created the reptilians must have created us too. I don't know how that all works. I do know Nibiru or Planet X is a bunch of bullshit fake space NASA crap. The reptilians use the archons to feed off of us, but Nibiru isn't some secret god way out in space. There is a firmament and we are a terrarium sort of farm. The Earth is the center of this universe, and it's not a flat disk that you fall off like they try to shill, but it is a flat plane. It's actually a toroidal field, the same shape as our heart's electromagnetic frequency, because the Earth is the heart. Swap the H, the green place the middle Earth, Makath. You can't physically go to the planets, the gods, you access them internally then access them externally. When the sun sets, it's more accurate to think of it as the light getting further away, than us getting further away from it. Saturn used to be the original sun apparently. The alignment is where we get the crescent and the polar configuration. The ancients literally studied the stars, using tools the big pyramid bedrooms to instantly astral project out, but unfortunately opening doorways like that lets dark entities in very quick. That's why they all went crazy sacrificing babies to Baal, like how all our sports distract us with a Baal, i.e. ball. Anyway, I should probably charge for sharing this much information. The truth will set the half a dozen free who read this. When you die, unless you have completed your soul contract, your astrology and numerology, you will regret it and reincarnate anyway. But go to the sun. Even if you are not light enough to ascend quite yet, it will be a lot better than instantly getting magnetically attracted to the moon and then electrically zapped so you unconsciously get whirled into the world.
This is incredibly fascinating. Thank you, Anon.
I'm very glad that finding some much hidden truth has sparked your interest, my friend. That's exactly what I thought after I spent some time learning everything. A lot of it I knew already, but everything is starting to connect. I'm only 22 years old and now is the time for my thought, word, and deed to be aligned for once. I am a Capricorn sun and moon in the 9th house of higher education and learning. Learning this information and especially utilizing it is, in my example, what my inner subconscious and emotional energies need to fill my cup of water and complete my sun sign. Your sun sign will show you what you must fulfill and complete to ascend, along with your life path number, mine being 9, as this is again my last incarnation, but for other reasons also. Your rising sign is you must behave, how you must act, how you must be perceived, what your attitude needs to be to complete your sun sign. Mine's Aries, so I must finally act like an Aries in my life, like a baby. Yes, the first sign, but a baby only cares about themselves, they are the one, the first sign, the birth of fire, they cry when they wanna cry, they won't stop until they get what they want, they don't give a fuck about anyone else at all, they are stubborn, ignorant. Present. That is how I must act to complete my capsun of being the boss of the castle. I must build and attain the status, the wealth, the respect, to climb to the top, like the goat, and keep my family in the castle, and destroy my enemies on the outside who try to invade, with righteousness. My sins in 10th house 2 of Capricorn itself, so I really need to follow my own advice. I say this as an example on how to analyze your own chart. Jesus is the way, the love, and the light, the Leo, the sun. Remember that. Also, having a 9 life path doesn't mean you will ascend, it means in this life you have the opportunity to ascend. You have to go through them all to ascend, a little, big. Secret is there is no life path 2, the life path of the sidekick, the moon doesn't exist. You can have that energy of the number 2, especially being born on the 20th, but there is no life path 2. We are all the main characters. Another secret is that 9 is secretly the only true master number. Yes, there is 11, 22, 33, but they are only the energies of 1, 2, and 3 amplified. They are spiritual numbers, and the 9 is the doorway between them and the physical numbers. That's why January, technically the 11th month, comes from the god Janus, the god of doorways. 11 even looks like a doorway. You also have a secret life path number, is another life-threatening secret. You see, the calendar is man-made. You are not meant to write the calendar down, you meant to follow the lunar and solar calendar in the sky. Spring starts the year, so if you can pay someone to calculate the moon cycle and do the math form when you were born to get the actual day and month of the year, you most likely will attain a different number. It's actually the number of who you really are, since it from the organic clock in the sky, our 12-hour clock comes from the signs. But the simulation we are in is very real, and subconscious belief and archetypes are real.
How can we use this info to awaken ourselves and each other? I feel our society's consciousness has been intentionally diminished. There must be a way to revert the harm and lift everyone up simultaneously, particularly using mass media.
It's both an internal and individual journey, and then consequently, because of as within so without, an external and collective journey. You must ascend yourself, if you wish to help others ascend. It is a beautiful righteous mission incarnating with all its risks purely out of love you have within yourself, to save your fellow light beings. Because a hard to swallow pill is, this place, world, realm, of duality, will always be the realm of duality, of light and darkness, the one and the zero, the masculine and feminine, the place of life and death, the sun and the moon. As my original post states, we wouldn't even exist here without the moon, and as unfortunate it is to walk through my town and deal with all of the fellow fluoride drinking, surface value ignorance is bliss NPC archetype must people have, knowing they will never, and if they do for an eternity of time, be able to ascend, but at least they have the opportunity. It's a well-oiled machine. We need the righteous chosen ones, all 144,000 of us, and we need you, smiley face, not you, but that's why they call female sheep ewes. The Bible's is actually based, and I only get it now after understanding the occult knowledge first, then it clicked. No one actually believes a physical man turned grapes, water, to wine and walked on water, the reflection of the sun. Now we know why the Brazilians run the world. They use their little black cube Saturn worshipping knowledge and rituals for the negative polarity, and we need them too, because without them, there wouldn't be any of us positive polarity, to learn, evolve and ascend. I like another example of allegory in the Bible of hell being a burning lake of fire. Well, if you understand the elements, And the fire is the astral body, expansion. It refers to my original post of at least we aren't lost forever in our own astral hell, lost in your own mind. We need those crazy evil genius reptilians too.
I think you came to the correct conclusion, but the journey there was not quite accurate. The reincarnation trap is often preached by individuals who are horrified that it's not an eternal heaven after this short life, so naturally reincarnation has to be evil. Reality is, for most people, including serious spiritual practitioners, this life is just them setting themselves up for a good reincarnation next time. This should not be viewed negatively, one ought to accept their karma gracefully.
Hey, I at least appreciate some input unlike over at Normie Reddit, so that's great. Ultimately I believe incarnation is a personal choice, but unless you are a highly evolved consciousness that has experienced many lives here, which is definitely crucial for evolution as a soul, if not downright necessary, souls get deceived and tricked to sign their soul contract, the date they'll be born and the name they'll have, their life path, their expression number, which is the number that teaches you how you complete your life path number, your skills you're brought with you, which you learned from another secret. Your past life. Yep, your expression number is your most recent past life's expression. Of course, it is possible that certain details like this I could be not entirely accurate about, and I'm not trying to pretend to be some super wise guy, but I have pure intentions and I do have the truth within, as do we all. I just honestly want to talk about it with others because I enjoy seeing others understand and appreciate it. Makes me feel good. In real life my only spiritual friend I had ended up wanting to not really associate at all for various reasons I imagine, and most people in real life think that forced needles with DNA altering patented technology made by evil pedophiles that will use then owning your DNA as another karma escape hack. They think they're real smart and they are in a cunning putrid maggot king of liar jester, but their karma theory doesn't work, because karma doesn't exist, you just intake energy and expel energy. They actually do it for themselves because they know they are going to hell, so they want to try make themselves for better by making their plans so fucking obvious. That's why they are obsessed with AI and transferring their consciousness to AI, so they don't have to die. LMAO. Meant to say your current life's expression number is your most recent life's life path number, which makes sense if you completed your past life and ascending past that number and star sign, you will use your past life path lessons and experience you successfully completed as your current life's toolkit, ability, knowledge, experience to complete this current life path. My expression is 11, so I must align myself with the energy of my masculine sun, 1, doubled, so I completed a past life path. Number of a spiritual master number, which carries over the challenge of not just becoming the energy of the number 2, the root of the 11, the feminine complacent out of the spotlight go where the water flows type of energy. I must use the 11 as a doorway to the spiritual for the life path 9, to complete and finish my journey and bring my message into physical reality through the 9. So the more you know.
I'm not too familiar with life path numbers, but I do think you're onto something. Same concept is found in the nodes on our astrology chart. I guess the most crucial point I'm making is to not look with despair around the world, the soul contract and the shadowy elite, instead see the great benefits this world provides. It's a playground offering immense spiritual growth. Reincarnating during good times, where everyone is naturally loving, kind, etc., would be fun, but it won't offer the growth we have in this life. And that growth is a precious jewel that should not be wasted. Our life is short, some may say it's too short, many don't live to see the consequences of their actions and are forced to go through it again, and again, and again, till they learn. The real enemy is time, so make it your friend by not wasting your time.
Numbers are an illusion. Obviously only real numbers are 0 and 1, the vagina and the penis, the monad/source and its journey into this electromagnetic illusion, we created with our own very minds. Remember, we are the gods. I could even be wrong about the op post saying the reincarnation cycle of the moon is necessary for us to exist here. Maybe the golden era or the Garden of Eden, same thing, was a time with no time, no duality, no evil, just pure love, unity, source. It was, but it wasn't this realm. That's where we all come from and gotta try get back to. I struggled with always feeling like there was no happy ending, all the darkness that exists here for so many souls, it can't just be resolved by dying. I'm not sure if this journey of the soul is literally the experience of the gods with the risk of a consequence so far away from the light, that the feeling of realizing what you have just lost, with all hope and potential, no physical pain could come close to. Or if the soul is eternal and both left and right hand paths, both ends of polarity are just as necessary as each other, for the other, or both, maybe the lake of fire is forever because time doesn't exist in the astral plane. Winky face. So remain grateful, do as thou wilt as they say, because love is the law as they say, and yet full on ancient manuscripts and poems pour out of me for days if I let it.
Anon, this realm of duality is synonymous with suffering because it doesn't exist. Everything we make is temporary. Take a house for example, it needs constant care and refurbishment, otherwise, the moment we stop propping it up, nature will knock it down and revert the land to the way it was before we built on it. This realm is like that, it needs incessant reinforcement, otherwise the moment we stop investing in duality, it will tumble down. God is unconditional love, endless being, all that is. We see ourselves as outside of God, thus we see ourselves as fearful, frail and just a visitor to existence. But nothing exists outside of all that is, it wouldn't be all that is if something did. So to believe we exist as separate to everything is to believe an illusion. We then based our entire identity on this illusion, or in other words, we built our house upon the sand, and the moment we stop propping it up, the rains will come down, the floods will come up, and the house will fall. We think the illusory house represents safety and is protecting us from the wrath of God, when really it's love that is lashing at the walls, trying to knock them down so that we can remember the warmth of sunlight and be reunited with nature. I don't know if I explained that well enough. Basically, we've built our house in illusion and reality is trickling in, like how nature effortlessly reclaims abandoned buildings. We suffer because we fear the inevitable event of reality, love, overcoming illusion. Ego, which we perceive as death. Effort is suffering because it reinforces separation, being is joy, allowing is love. That's why meditation, surrender is the sure way home. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God.